Hello, my dear students, friends, and technology lovers. I am Vijay Kumar, faculty from MedEasy Education. Today, I would like to discuss about some important burning fields or trends in which there is a lot of scope for an engineer. He can be or she can be an electrical engineer or electronics engineer or mechanical engineer, or it can be other computer science or even information technology or civil engineer too. So there are some modern trends which every engineer should know. Some fields are related to some of the groups of branches, or some other can be multidisciplinary, even more than two branches are also possible. Right, let us see what are these latest trends which are possible and which are burning in news also nowadays. Right, let us see these topics. So the transportation field is now working more on electric vehicles, and let me just tell you, there are two important things as of now which are related to transportation system, that is electric vehicles and the eVTOLs. So EV stands for electric vehicles. This eVTOL is electric vertical takeoff and landing. It is something like a chopper, but most important thing is like it can be used for short distances, and it's like, for example, say modern technology which can be used for several fields or several industries to make the things to become very simple. So as you all know, like in the earlier days when man started to work on his knowledge and using the tools whichever are available with him, so slowly the wheel was built which is of a circle shape, and which was not circular shape in before, and in the days before the technology was not improved, like the knowledge of human being was not that improved. So slowly he has stopped the friction and tried to make the friction as small as possible. Right. So if you go to the history of transportation, like man started working on roadways, then sea or ocean ways, other one is railways, and also the airways. Right. So later on people started to use these transportation mechanisms to make it fast, where the speed plays time plays very important role, which is all the way related to speed. Right. So these two are especially related with the transportation system. For example, let us say these two are linked up with the transportation, and let me tell you what are the different branch of students which can learn these technologies, opt these courses. Like for example, say EV would be suitable for electrical engineering. I'm writing in short as double E or triple E, whatever it is, and it can be possible with electronics engineering and also for mechanical engineering. It can also be suitable for mechanical engineering. Right. Fine. So in this one, there is a lot of research being taking place in industries, and you can see in the papers or in the net, like many people are interested in electric vehicles because of global warming, and we can also see that environment can be saved by human beings, because we are the people who have damaged the environment balance, and also we should be responsible for taking again back to it in its original position, which is not that easy, but at least let us try to make it so nearer, so that it will be easy for a survival of entire universe or living beings in the universe. Right. So now, for example, say that these branches, I'll be discussing more about these fields later on. So let us see the latest trends which are possible and what are the different branches of people which can opt for it. Clear? Right. So this is suitable for these different type of branches. The next one is like cyber security, which is suitable for different branches. Like for example, say it is a multidisciplinary. This is also multidisciplinary, and here cyber security, it is suitable for CSE, by the way, and it can be for information technology, electronics engineers. Similarly, electrical also can opt for it. Right. And this is more suitable, and if people are interested, and other branches also can be can also take part in this. Fine. So there is no limit for these latest trends, and they are not much linked about the branch, because nowadays computer science or the different group of engineers are being recruited for computers. Like, we'll come to the latest other trends too. So these people will have more orientation for this one. And you know very well that cyber security, so whichever the field is involved with computers like cyber, so that can be possible for the cyber security. It can be, there are vast varieties of applications of this. So wherever computer is used, there definitely cyber security is required, because there are some opposing forces like hackers and other people who will try to take the control of credentials of the people and create damage for finance or other issues also, right? So there is possibility of the negative side of this. So definitely most of the industries, without computers almost there is no industry nowadays, almost. So that is why this is a vast field which is more problematic nowadays. So that is why cyber security is important for the different industries or different applications parts also. So the major groups or students or engineers who can participate in this particular field is CSE, information technology, electronics and communication, electrical, and also other branches, like for example say basic science people can also be a part of it. So there is nothing wrong for those people, like mathematics, physics people, many people have got orientation towards this, whoever are interested in the security issues. And you can see that almost in the world there are 3.4 million jobs which are possible, entire world if you observe. So we can see in some technical magazines which will be giving the latest data for these type of requirements. So in India also there are major jobs, there are a number of posts which are vacant in cyber security. But the only thing is that the candidate who wants to excel in these fields must be equipped with a good knowledge, sound knowledge of the skill set which is required for that. Is it clear? And there are many industries who want to recruit the students, but the only problem is that the candidate does not have certain skill set which is suitable for working in that environment. So as it is very important and dangerous field, so definitely we need to get equipped with the sound knowledge of the skill set which is required, so that we are suitable for that particular field. And the thing is that the student or the aspirant who wants to work in this field should also undergo or should also go through number of certifications which are conducted by major companies in that particular field, like Google, Microsoft and other industries, other companies. Fine. So that is one field. And the other one is the renewable energy. So this belongs to the transportation system, and this one is the, like, it also can be included with the drones and all, right? eVTOL is almost like a chopper or a helicopter which works with like a vertical takeoff and landing, and it can be used in many industries like packaging industries, like courier services industries, transportation. But scope is more, but the corresponding laws and other issues should be dealt by the governments and all, right? The other one is the renewable energy. So most of these applications require the power. As you know that for generating the power, the major sources, as we already know, is hydro, thermal and all other powers. Okay, but the thing but these are the major things. But other important thing is, like for example, if it is renewable energy sources, if the deposits which are there for the fossil fuels, if they are completed, then definitely we have to go for renewable energy. So this research is being done from several years, but now it is the time to work on this particular solar and wind, which is having a lot of resources for us. And as India being in certain geographical area, so majority of the states will have the complete sunlight, almost full sunlight for most of the months in a year. For example, approximately can take like minimum at least 70 to 80% of the year definitely sunlight is available. Up only for some regions like northern part, where at least some 4 to 6 months we may have less sunlight, but most of the cases India has got a sufficient sunlight in most of the states. So this can also be a good field as of now. And the important thing is government is also taking the major steps to encourage people to work on solar or to use this solar power. And the government of India has also provided some 40 to 60% of subsidies for rooftop solar or other bigger scales even. So the charges, subsidy charges or subsidies may be differing from state to state, but definitely government has several plans for it, and you can understand through the different sides of it. Right, this is one field we can work on. So these are all important fields. When an engineer learns these particular fields, definitely he would be an important graduate or an engineer to be easily taken up by the industry. And there are many scopes for the engineer, or many opportunities for the engineer to work on these particular fields. So days are gone like in initial days, like initial years of these technology improvements. So only electrical engineer used to offer only field in electrical technology, electronics in our communication that field, mechanical in mechanical field, so on etc. But nowadays it's multidisciplinary. Those people who are well equipped with the knowledge of these latest trends, definitely your hotcakes in the market. So that is more important. And even the IITs, NITs and other institutes, educational institutes are even supporting students to take different electives for these particular latest trends. Right. The other one is the 5G and 6G, and this is most probably linked to the mobile networks. So especially this will be more suitable for electronics, even for IT, and also for CAC people can also be possible. And but most important thing is like electronics engineer, electronics and communication will be more suitable for this particular technologies, and even it is for electrical also. And like, by the way, as you know that these all computers type of branches were evolved from mathematics only. Initially the mathematics teachers only used to teach these subjects. So maths and basic science may also be possible, but most suitable fields are this one. And see, anywhere it is possible, but the people from basic science to struggle little bit more to understand the foundation technologies. And the next one is data science, artificial intelligence and machine learning. So if you see every day in the newspaper or the net or blogs anywhere, so this data is becoming viral in different fields. Okay, so there is a lot of data around us. So this field is not limited to any industry. It is a vast field where everyone can use this data science, artificial intelligence. So initially there was a human computer, man used to calculate quickly, then came the computer. So man started designing the computer to make the calculation to become more fast electronically. Okay, and now we are making the computer or a simple program to behave like human being. That is where the artificial intelligence falls into. So therefore, so machine learning, like we are training the system by using some programs and all, algorithms and all, and data science is like there is huge data in different fields. So by like considering that data in a specific, like converging the data into a specific group and applying the algorithms to make the things to become simple and work more faster. So in other words, you are making the program or a computer to mimic like a human being. So there are this is a vast field, like any different 8 branches of students can select it almost. Like apart from this, electronics, electrical, computer science, IT or mechanical, even the mathematics, physics, there are different branches. So newly the GATE, in the GATE 2024, this is a new subject called as like data science and artificial intelligence, which can be opted by almost some 7 to 8 branches of students, right? So this is a vast field which is nowadays one of the most burning topics in the industry, right? Fine. The other one is the IoT, Internet of Things and cloud computing. So this is also one of the important field where human being wants to make the devices to communicate among themselves by using a common cloud, like common platform which can share the data or some services or many other important packages or important services, right? That is Internet of Things. Let us discuss about all these things later on. So here this is suitable for in the same way like CAC, IT, electrical and electronics, but others can also opt for it, but this is more suitable for them, right? The next one is, see, even in renewable energy, civil engineering is also possible. Is it clear? People can work on it, right? The next one is like where these particular, so altogether these are different type of technologies, latest technologies which are burning nowadays, right? So one is the cyber security. So in all of things, wherever the computer is used, definitely there is a need for these engineers, cyber security. Even the government is encouraging many people, many students, many scholars or many aspirants to work on the cyber security, because as the technology improves, the negative energy technology may be also improving. So hackers will improve the technology. So by using artificial intelligence, it becomes so tough to design a system which is less vulnerable for such type of applications. Is it clear? Like, so whole of the world has become nowadays like a village. So you can communicate from any place or any corner to any corner in the entire globe. So wherever computers or the networking is used, definitely there is a scope of cybersecurity. So we see some crores of money or funds, some billions of funds are being lost because of this hackers, phishing and many other problems. So that is why cyber security has become one of the important fields to work on. Clear, right? So these are all burning fields which can be useful for the engineers. And the other one is, if you observe here, what are the groups or who are the people who are actually using this? So surprisingly, let me tell you in one simple way, like for example, take artificial intelligence. Every day you see artificial intelligence, some or the other application in the newspaper or videos or news, wherever it is. But surprisingly, the most developed countries, very less percentage is being used here, like USA, Japan, some Canada, so on, etc. So it is like 1%, 2%, less than 7%, 3% are used. It means that lot of awareness is required among the people to use these technologies, and that is why where the chip technology nowadays, the processors or ICs are coming up with this AI technologies. So therefore you can see the laptops or the smart devices, mobiles or whatever it is, they are integrating this technology within the chip level itself, so that it is simple for user or the end user to work on the application. Fine. The next one is like, who are the people who can use it? So it's a elaborate spectrum of people. Like for example, say you can have defense. So most of the technologies what we are using nowadays, like telephone or the computer, these all were especially designed for defense application initially, and once they have been successful, then it came to the common public. Maybe it is telephone, maybe it is a computer or some other type of application. Is it clear? Even like we are using nowadays as Google Maps and all. Is it clear? These all applications are only some part of defense applications, and there are some other applications of these important technologies which are used in the defense for different other purposes. Is it clear? Nowadays you can look at in the modern wars also, these all applications are being used. Is it clear? Right. So maybe we don't know what happens in future, how this technology is useful in developing the human race or destroying the human race. So we can see the several wars being conducted by using all these modern technologies, right? So there are pros and cons for development of technology. So let us as human beings support for the positive side of all these technologies, so that we can help each other and ourselves to improve and go forward, so that we can maintain balance in the entire world or in the globe wherever we are residing. So you might have seen like there is no planet B, as Earth. So most probably people are trying this, the research group ISRO or NASA, many people are trying what is the scope of living in other planets too. But as of now, there is no such suitable planet which has been confirmed that human being can completely live there. Even though we have got a space station in the space, but it's only for research. Not completely it was confirmed that human being can live in one such planet. So therefore, we don't have plan B, so definitely we have to take care of the existing planet by using all these technologies, right? So that is one group. The other one is like, I'm just giving a broad view. Other one is research and development. It can fall into, we have DRD also. So research and development can only not only for the defense and other places also. And other one is the educational institutes are using these technologies to learn or apply in some projects, so on, etc. And similarly, common public, like for example, if these 4G, 5G, 6G, so on, etc., these technologies are getting improved so that they can transfer the data like audio, video, other data files very quickly, and these technologies will support the other trends also, like for example IoT and all. So it will be more prominent or more appropriately used with less latency. Latency means delay of response. So therefore, common public can also use. So best thing is we can use in the mobiles. Okay, right. So several other data can also be possible. Like means the only thing is that we are improving the speed, and which are applicable for vast applications, not only for one applications. Like see, for example, by using IoT and cloud computing, we are able to access the services from the cloud, and not only that, we are making the device to communicate among themselves. For example, let us say like telemedicine or medical fields, like when the places where there is no doctor, the people are able to perform surgeries with the help of like teleconferencing, these all things. So these all, when you want to transmit huge amount of data, then speed is a important parameter. So latency must be very, very less. So that is where we can see the good applications which can be using this type of 5G and 6G technologies. So elaborately, you'll have some other videos also on each of these fields separately. So here I am trying to discuss or make an orientation, what is the possibility of or scope of an engineer of different branches to learn these technologies, right? The other one is the medical field, just now I have discussed. And the other one is business. So it's a vast field, right? Okay, there can be different types possible. And the other one is law and order. Like for example, say the courts have become, as crime is rising day by day, the courts are becoming so busy that even 365 days is not sufficient to deal with all the pending cases which are present. Maybe it is an international court, or maybe it is an apex court of India, or some other lower courts of state like High Court or other judicial courts of districts, fine. So wherever it is, as the crime is rising, it is becoming so tough for the authorities to deal with. Therefore, the computers, artificial intelligence, data science, so it is playing a major role to find out the odd thing whichever is working, and so that the true justice can be done for the people who are waiting. Clear? Right. So you have studied many stories in the English textbooks or other languages also. So justice may come, but because of the delay of times, so there are many negative things which can happen. So these all things can be avoided by using this modern technology to work with, like AI, data science and all. So where law and order will become very efficient and within less span of time, so that the true thing can come out of it, right? The next one is, like we have got transportation system, already we studied, like eVTOLs, how they are being used and how EVs are being used and why they have become so popular, because of the fossil fuels, IC engines. Whenever the fuels are raising, because we have to buy the fuel from other countries also. Because of that, we are spending a lot of money on the fuels. So therefore, electric vehicles is one of the important fields which is more useful for the public, and more public should be should be involved in creating the awareness among the people. Is it clear? Maybe there are some problems in the initial days like burning of vehicles due to short circuit and all, but nowadays as the industries have come up, they are reducing all these accidents and they are made more safer for the users, and the cost is also reduced because of increasing in the increased technology research in the material science like battery things, because 1/3 of the cost of the vehicle is because of batteries only. So these all things we would be studying in the coming videos. The next one is the communication. We already studied about 5G and 6G, and the next one is the industries. So the industries are vast. I'm just giving you overall view here. So these are all the groups of people which can use all these particular trends, right? Fine. And in all these things, if you are an engineer, see, nowadays many of the students are not able to understand what is the link between different type of subjects. But as an engineer, whatever the syllabus you have got, you must be enthusiastic or interested to know what is the link between each subject and the other one, how the subjects are linked at, so that you will get a holistic approach to design something new. So nowadays, why people are not interested to design a new thing? Because we don't know what is the link between the subjects we are studying and where is the application seen for the user. So many people, like in the Western countries, why there are more number of patents? Because whatever the things or the information they are studying in the books, they are applying immediately. So lot of new devices or new applications or new technologies are coming up so that it can be useful for a common person. The end user is the important thing. So whatever the technology we are learning, how to use it for an end user, how it can be useful for a society, to make the things simple, to make the things efficient, to make the cost reduce, so that the people can enjoy it. Okay, maybe the grades can be different, but the most important thing is that how technology should be brought to the people to make it simple, right? So where the time can be reduced, where the loss can be reduced, and the efficiency can be improved. Fine. So there are two important things in this building up of technologies or any device or an application is design and analysis. What is the basic difference between a design and analysis? So this can be used for any kind of branch or any kind of application. For example, say you want to analyze something. What you want to analyze? Let us take one simple system. For a given input, what should be the output? Just to understand, analyze. That is what we simply call it as analyze. Means to understand what is the behavior of this particular system for a given input. That is what we call it as analysis, right? So that is what we simply call it as analysis. Yeah. So given a system structure, the task of determining its function or behavior, that's what we call it as analysis. It can be applied for a simple thing and also for a high level application. Is it clear? For example, say you take, for example, a small insect. If you just put a small insect, a spider or some other type of bug, whatever it is. So we just, it's a small type of living being. We analyze how it moves in different terrains. For example, spider, how does it move on a floor? How does it hang on something and build its web? So what is its behavior? How is it behaving? Right. So that is how the medical research is also done. If this particular medicine is given to certain type of creature, how does it behave? So then they understand, if this is behaving in this way, if I apply this medicine to the human being, how he can behave, he or she can behave. Is it clear? That is how research is done. So you know that Elon Musk, he is able to put one chip into the brain of a monkey and making it to play the video game. Is it understood? So that is the level of research which is going on in the world nowadays. Is it clear? So if you are able to understand the behavior of one system for a given input, that is what you call it as analysis. But the quite opposite type is known as design or synthesis, which is very important for research, right? So any kind of thing, how you design it, it means that if you want to know there is a black box, there is a, okay, obviously it will be some blue box here, it's a different case. You know the output, but what should be the design of this particular system? So what should be the system such that I can get certain output? So this can be design, or the synthesis is not that easy. It is an iterative process. You should keep on trying for the exact output what you want by designing certain parameters of the system. It can be applicable for any kind of field. Maybe it is engineering, which is based on electronics, electrical, mechanical, civil, whatever it is. You know some output, you want something requirement, and you have to design some other black box. So what should be the system? This is where, like in the manufacturing technology, like if you take a chip, okay, any type of device. So as most of the manufacturing of electronic gadgets or devices is done in China, they are very good in reverse engineering. So this is where our country should develop. So we know the output or some requirement, what should be the design of this particular system? That is what we call it as design or synthesis. Fine. The other one is, yes, right. So this is how we can understand. So the problem of determining system structure that exhibits a given behavior, that is what we call it as design. But this is not an easy task. It requires a lot of patience. So in research, if you look at the any ISRO or space research, they keep on trying. Some places there is a possibility of testing the device in a simple way. For example, if you want to test this rockets and all, it's a huge structure. Lot of money, funds are required for that. So it's not that easy to make this particular type of systems. So it keeps on, you have to keep on working. So some different components are given and some behavior is given. So how do you define this black box or a structure from these given components so that you can achieve the desired output or desired behavior? And the important thing is that you should also keep the cost and performance in the required range. It's not like if you want to design something, it can go to any cost, because if it has to be useful for the common public, definitely it should be in the range of a common man to buy it. Is it clear? Not only that, the delay of time, how it is performing, what is the performance of that particular system. So that is how we can see, like, design plays very important role in most of the fields. Maybe it is a device or electronic gadget or a mechanical device or any other type of device. Definitely design plays very important role. And right, so while designing, what are the important parameters we need to take care of? One is the speed, other one is cost, because people can spend many lot of rupees or money for the speed. For example, see, if you take a passenger train, express train and a super fast train and a bullet train, so people would be, some class of people would be ready to pay more money for speed because they are involved in other business also. So time is one of the important parameters. Is it clear? Right. So the important thing is the speed, where the cost comes into picture. So speed and cost are directly proportional. When you want high speed, definitely there is a chance of spending more money or more cost on it. Another one is performance. So the performance is inversely proportional to execution time. Is it clear? So if you talk about a computer, right? So it is just inversely proportional to the execution time. So as the time increases, so definitely the performance will be reducing. So for a student, how did you perform? Means in a given time period, did you respond to all questions? Were you able to respond to all questions by studying it? So if it is so, then if you have performed well. So if the time is given for certain limit and you are not able to study the questions, then in spite of knowing the answer, in spite of knowing the logic, you are not able to perform well. So performance plays a very important role in this particular design. And the other one is the power, how much power efficiency, low power, because if it is consuming more power, then every time the people cannot recharge it. It's not possible, right? And reliability. Other one is the compatibility. So when one version goes to the other one, so is the next version compatible to the previous one or not? So that is also very, very important. So these are some important parameters we need to understand, right? So this execution time, okay? This is execution time. Execution time. So more the time, less the performance. Here, right? And the other one is like this design or synthesis, whatever it is an iterative process. It is an iterative process. So no one is perfect. If you look at the history of any kind of technology, it was some technologies have popped up very quickly. Some technologies took lot of time, many years also, decades also, right? So therefore, if you look at this iterative process, you initially begin, see, it is not a wrong thing to start without having perfection also. Doesn't matter. First you start it. So the first step is the hardest step. So people psychologically get a phobia that without knowing if I start, I can make mistakes. Yes, we have to make mistakes to become perfect. So you can read many statements of Einstein or big people or many scholars. So there is no person who has directly become as a perfect person. So if you start, automatically you'll just move step by step. Maybe you fall in between, but you'll understand why did you fall, right? That is more important. So initially construct and design, and then you evaluate its cost and performance. If it is working or if it is meeting your goal, then you stop the process. Okay, if it is not, if the goals are met, then that is okay, fine. If the goals are not met, then again modify the design. If the goals are met, it's well and good, so you can stop the design. If the goals are not met, again redesign your goal, again find out its cost and performance, again check it, is the goal met or not. So this process is applicable for any branch of engineering or science. So therefore, so to develop anything, to develop a product or a device or a gadget, whatever it is, any application, this design process is an iterative process. Even for a student, if you want to study efficiently, if you want to perform well, you have to find out what time is suitable for you to answer. So you cannot use your time. You should take a reference of time given by the exam pattern, whether 1 minute for a question or 3 minutes for a question, whatever it is. So this is how any kind of technology will be developed. So these are some important trends and important parameters which are taken care of, which are to be taken care of by the designer. So I hope you understood this basic concept which is required or generalized for any kind of technology to improve or develop to the next level. So in the other videos, you'll be coming across some important whatever the trends we studied. So these all trends, each trend will be discussing in more elaborate way. Thank you so much for your patient listening. Thank you.